Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to HSN, dedicated Bose show. All free delivery, all hour long. Flex pays, by the way, I believe will be expiring at midnight tonight. But something else you should know. I know you're surfing, you know, hang on, Bose, I love Bose. Return policy has been extended all the way through till January 2017. Let me tell you, if you buy today, you do a flex pay on a credit card, debit card, you have a return policy until the end of January 2017. The reason we've done that is because some of you are looking at these ideas and thinking, that'd be a great gift idea. Or, I'd love to be able to use this through Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. You can and you will see why for the past 50 years, people have always returned to Bose for quality. Now, we've shown you that amazing Solo 5 in the TV bar that continues to sell. And just so you know, I think we've got about 250 of those now remaining. We start off with the SoundLink, the little colour one, which is phenomenal. But now we're going to have Switching the World Off and Hello You with a pair of headphones, wireless headphones, available in white or black. It's a SoundLink AroundEar headphones, and one of the very first reviews, and by the way, 4.6 out of 5-star reviews. This is what I read from there. Killer sound and comfort, best headphones I've ever owned. Dave, I mean, it makes sense. You know, you have all that amazing quality in the speakers that we've seen. Now, you're switching the world off. Right. And you're enjoying your music when you want to hear it.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it. The name SoundLink Color, the speaker we just talked about, now just take that experience and put that into headphones. SoundLink AroundEar headphones. And what that really means to me is great sound wherever you go, and you can just have that capability to enjoy your music and unlock the potential that exists on your smartphone or on your tablet, and you can do that wirelessly. The SoundLink AroundEar headphones are fully Bluetooth, so that means that you don't have to worry about being dragged down by a cable or a connection from your ears down to whatever device you have. And we do include the cable in case you need it or if you'd like it. But the great thing is that these are rechargeable. They can plug right into any USB outlet, and they give you the capability for 15 hours of playtime. So with that capability, I mean, think about all the places you can go and enjoy both your music as well as the phone call capability as well. They're incredibly comfortable. So if you want to be on a long conference call, guess what? You're not just listening to music with these headphones. These are designed specifically by our engineers to really enhance the audio experience for communications as well. In the headphones themselves is a microphone so that when you talk, your voice is automatically picked up by the headphones themselves. Speak naturally. It hears you, and guess what? It makes sure...
So I can take phone calls through this?
You can take phone calls right through it. You never even have to take them off. So imagine you're listening to music while paired to your smartphone and the phone rings. Guess what? There are simple controls that are right here that allow you to just, with one tap, you just simply tap that and answer the phone. Boom, you hear your caller, and guess what? We take the initiative to not just make this about, okay, you can hear the person in your headphones. That's a great first step. But how do we make it Bose-ified? How do we really apply our ingenuity to make that experience truly astonishing? And what we've done is applied a lot of unique technology. Now, again, there's a lot of fancy words that go along with it, like adaptive audio adjustment and active equalization. But what that really means is that in addition to you being able to hear your caller better, we use technology that automatically listens to the sound around and adjusts your volume. So while you're walking, say, from a quiet library out onto the busy street, the headphones can detect that ambient noise and adjust the caller in your ear so you hear them better. And at the same time, I don't know if you've ever had the experience of talking with headphones, but maybe if you can't hear yourself, that can be a bit of a challenge. It's a little bit unnerving. It's a thing the engineers call ambient occlusion. And what we've done to remedy that is something called side tone, meaning that when you talk, the headphones actually replicate your own voice in your ear, just a little bit, not too much, but enough so that you can hear yourself clearly as well. So the experience goes from, hey, great, I can hear my person who's on the phone, to, oh my gosh, I can hear myself, I can hear them, and
it's almost
they
like
can
you're in
hear
your
me
own little
better
studio.
too. Yeah, it's right.
It's almost like you're in your own little sound studio, because you can hear your voice coming through. So, number one, incredibly comfortable. I mean, they're great to look at, right? So if you're wearing them, but incredibly comfortable, because and this is Bose, right? They've thought about this. First of all, it's over the ear, so you're not having the little buds in your ear. It's over the ear, incredibly comfortable. But the other thing I like about this is up the top.
Right.
This is actually a really nice touch as well, like over the head comfort.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because this is another major obsession point for us, is thinking about how do we make these more than just headphones that go on your ears, but how do we make it the experience that's comfortable? You could wear them all day. On the inside of the headband is something, a very specific material that we call Alcantara, and this is something that you really find in very top-end automotive upholstery. So this is something that is very wear resistant. It's designed to be stain resistant, and at the end of the day, what this is built around is comfort. You know, if you're going to be wearing something, especially if you're going to be on that conference call, you want to be able to have something that you just sort of absorb into. It just wraps gently around your head, and then you combine that with the protein leather of the ear cups that give you this soft, stable feeling of just kind of having little pillows up against your ear without having too much pressure or too much cushion, but at the same time subtly blocking out external noise, so that you get the best combination of comfort and performance, stability, and ease of use. It's really just as simple. There's one little switch here on the side, and when you turn that on, that's as simple as now making that wireless connection right to your Bluetooth device.
So that's all you have to do?
Yeah, it's just a matter of
switch.
Yeah, you just flip the switch, and now the device is ready to pair, and now you're ready to go. And remember, you can connect multiple devices too at once. So imagine if you are in a situation where you are watching a movie on your tablet and you're connected here wirelessly. If your phone rings, the headphones actually remember that, and you can answer the call on your phone and hear it in your headphones as well.
Dave, I've got to give everyone an update. I do apologise. There's a lot of it on the phones right now, and congratulations. I know that the offers are incredibly tempting. Free delivery on the entire hour, at least 5 flex pays. I've just been told fewer than 30. Is that right? Fewer than 30 remaining in black right now. If black, I'll grab these for you. If black is the colour that you want, we have under 30 remaining. We always try to keep stock, but like that, the Solo 5, that's about to sell out as well. We had nearly 500 of those. They're about to sell out. And of course, the SoundLink that we said, this is how we started this presentation. You think about the technology, the quality, the superior sound that you're getting. Now you're getting in both ears, with comfort, with Bluetooth, with 6 different devices can be hooked up to this. Your flex pay is for everybody. You've never shopped with HSN. You know what? We've been here 39 years. Tens of millions of people are doing what you're about to do right now, is make an excellent choice. And that is do your first payment. We're going to deliver it to you for free, and you have all the way through to January 2017 to discover and understand why Bose is world #1 when it comes to sound quality. Now, can I ask, how far can I be from a device? Because I know with this one, we can be about 30 feet. Is it the same?
Same exact thing.
So I can be walking around the home.
Right.
Taking a phone call. So I'm listening to, from my phone, I'm listening to whatever music or a podcast or whatever.
All of that.
A phone call comes through.
Yep.
And I can take it.
I don't know about you, but I tend to be a pacer, you know, when I'm on the phone. So what I find myself doing is, if I'm working at home or I'm on a conference call, my cell phone will sit right on my desk. You know, I have that, and that's what's actually taking the call. But then I have my headphones on, and now as I'm walking, I can walk and I can talk and I can do all of the things that I need to do.
Because it's got a built-in mic. I hope you heard that before.
That's right.
You can take calls, not only hear the call, but you don't have to be holding the phone for the microphone. It's got a built-in mic.
Built-in microphone right on the side. You don't have to wear something that goes in front of your face. It just automatically detects what the sound of your own voice is, and then gives that wonderful call and audio experience, so that no matter who you're talking to, doesn't matter, it's going to sound great on your end and on their end. And then when the phone call's over, guess what? You can go back to enjoying Bose quality sound with all of your music. Whatever you're paired to, you can enjoy your music from your tablet, music from your computer. Bluetooth is obviously the best way to do it, but even if you just have a regular old device that isn't Bluetooth enabled, we include a cable for you as well, so you can make that connection just in case you need. But boy, I mean, to experience the sound that the SoundLink headphones can provide, when you think about what music means, the ability to, enjoy all of the subtle nuance. We often say at Bose that if you're not listening on Bose, you're missing half the experience. I mean, when you think about, boy, if I'm not hearing all of the subtle frequencies and all of the things that go into the rigorous production of music, if you're not hearing all of those things, you're really missing half the story. So I encourage you to think about, boy, if music is something that's important in your life, you are doing yourself a favor by unlocking the power of it. Hear sound the way that maybe you've never even heard it before, and hear your favorite songs with an entirely new shimmer. So I can't encourage you enough to make your music come to life, and particularly with SoundLink Headphone.
Latest update right now, the black, we're about to drop under 20 of those now remaining, so congratulations if you got the black. Again, the flex pays, 5 flex pays will be expiring at midnight tonight. Free delivery, an extended warranty, or I should say return policy, all the way through to the end of January 2017. You're saving $50 in the original price. Bluetooth up to 6 different devices, be 30 feet away from that Bluetooth device, be able to take phone calls. But the bottom line, Bose sound system with comfort, with clarity, everything that you possibly want. Now, we actually have a couple of different options when it comes to headphones. And I want to actually get Dave, you can give me about 30